No.
Welcome to Third Eye Visions, where we motivate the blind, stimulate your mind, and welcome all kind.
Hey, I'm Mike. That's my cousin Nancy. Welcome to the Third Eye Vision. We're going to get it popping for you. Keep it moving.
Welcome to Third Eye Visions, where we motivate the blind, stimulate your mind, and welcome all kind.
Hey, I'm Mike. That's my cousin Nancy. Welcome to the Third Eye Vision. We're going to get it popping for you. Keep it moving.
Hello, everyone.
Third Eye Visions.
Marcus Anthony.
It's 6 p.m., baby. Where are you? You should be making your way to Third Eye
I feel that
Visions.
Third Eye Vision
Promotional
is
Time
a
Sunday.
great platform to expose the world to persons with disabilities, more especially the blind. I feel that Third Eye Visions is doing a wonderful job of providing resources and showing extraordinary talents and gifts and modes of independency that are previewed and shown for the world to see for blind people and for other persons with disabilities. Anthony, I think you're doing a great job with your platform.
Promotional Time
Pray
Sunday.
that you
Where
continue
y'all at?
on keeping God first and keeping Him
I'm ready.
involved in all of your endeavors. And I pray that you continue on doing a wonderful and great job of showing the world how blind people can be totally independent. Thank you for your service, sir. Great job.
Promotional Time Sunday. I am ready.
Hey, I'm Mike. That's my cousin Nancy. Welcome to the Third Eye Vision.
I want to welcome everybody. I'm excited. I'm excited. Get ready for my guest, who's going to be promoting her book, The Blind Side, Miss Juliet Braddock. Y'all better remember that name, Miss Juliet Braddock. Okay, all right, let me do this here right quick. Sure. Y'all hold tight. Okay, just give me a second. I want to welcome y'all to Third Eye Visions. Share this screen right quick, so we'll give it a little the music. All right, let me see. Here we go. All right. Welcome to Third Eye Visions, where we motivate the blind, stimulate your mind, and welcome all kind. My name is Anthony Parker, and as I do every Sunday at 6 o'clock, p.m. Central Time, I bring you Promotional Time Sunday. Now, what Promotional Time Sunday is a chance for you to come on and promote. There we go. Whatever it is that you wish to promote, technology. If you have any books, if you have any type of um, something that's going to benefit the blind community, or if you're sighted and you want to come on and promote something that's within within the guide and the guidelines and the confines of the show, feel free to do so. So, with that being said, every Sunday I also bring on someone who is maybe well renowned, like my artist, like my guest who's about to come out right now. She has promoted. She's created, or she's written a book. And the name of the book is The Blind Side. It has won the National Indie Award for 2020 in the erotica category. So it was also inspired by her vision loss, and it's the second chance at love story. Now, she told me that anyone who reads erotica and things of that nature should know exactly what she's talking about. So if you can't stand, if it's kind of touching to you and whatnot, and you can't, if it's offending, then hey, this is your chance to leave. But I really hope that you stay. But in the meantime, y'all make sure y'all subscribe, hit that notification bell. Please hit the notification bell and share and comment. So with that being said, I know I'm talking a lot. Miss Juliet probably telling me, Anthony, won't you shut up and bring me on, because I'm ready to talk about my book. So with that being said, Miss Juliet Braddock, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, and thank you so much for having me.
No, thanks for coming on. Did I do a good job or what?
Absolutely. And it's really, I just want to say it again, and I know I told you before, but it's really great that you're doing this, and it's always a pleasure for me to reach out to the blind community. So important to me. So, with my vision loss and everything, and I just think that what you're doing is wonderful. So
thank you. And I need to get your address so I can send you that $1 million. The check is in the mail.
I take PayPal.
Oh, you got. Okay, PayPal. Let me go and send it to you right now. But I really appreciate the compliment. So with that being said, this is your chance to promote your book, which is entitled The Blind Side. Am I correct?
It's actually called Blindsided.
Okay, Blindsided. Okay, and
yeah.
Music, so I turn it down. Okay, and I want you to talk about it. Take your time, tell everybody about it, and also if you stick around, for those who are just joining me, she has a special gift for y'all. So with that being said, I'm going to turn the show over to Miss Juliet Braddock, and you do your thing. Thank you.
Well, I've been a writer my whole lifetime, really. Before I could even put pen to paper, I was telling stories, and, I was very lucky. I had a mom who really encouraged me to write those stories down. And I had a number of teachers growing up who recognized that, I was a writer, and it was just something that always came naturally to me. And, I guess it was about 5 years ago, I started really focusing on my writing. I have been professionally writing since I got out of college, in public relations and marketing and social media. But the one thing that I always wanted to do was write a novel. And so I started writing, and lo and behold, I think I was about 5 books in, and I lost my sight. And I write erotica, I write BDSM novels. So if that's not for you, that's not for you. But, it's a very different kind of relationship. And I was in the middle of almost publishing my sixth book when the vision loss happened. And the first thing that I said was, how am I going to get this book finished? And I was very lucky. I have a neuro-ophthalmologist who really was a champion for me. And, she said, well, you can get magnification software and you can get through this edit and you can still publish this book. And I did. And that was Blemished. That was my book, Blemished. But, as I'm going through, I have a condition called pseudotumor, and they also call it idiopathic intracranial hypertension. And basically what it is it's water on the brain. It's a form of hydrocephalus. It affects mostly women. It's a very rare disease, but the numbers are on the rise. And I didn't know I was sick until I lost my vision. And that to me was just, it was devastating, but in a different way for me. It was, how am I still going to live my life the way I did when I had all my vision? And that was always important to me throughout, my entire illness and everything. I ended up having brain surgery. I had a shunt placed in my head to siphon away the excess fluid. And immediately, I just wanted to get back to my life. Everything I did was visual, not just writing, but even my hobbies. I'm a very big musical theater enthusiast. I live in New York. I go to the theater all the time. How am I going to see again? Just things like that. And so I went into rehab, but vision rehab, and learned how to use the white cane. But I had a very inspirational mobility and occupational therapist. And as I was working with her, I was sort of, toying with the idea of writing a book about the experience, but I didn't want to do, one of those first person accounts. I wanted to keep it within my genre. And I just started thinking about how complicated BDSM relationships tend to be, and wondering what visual impairment would do with that relationship. And that's sort of where Blindsided was born. And as I started writing, I used a lot of my experience, a lot of the medical experience. First of all, I really wanted to raise awareness of IIH, which is my disease. It's a rare disease, but as I said, it's on the rise. And not enough people know about it. And a lot of people are suffering with it. And, I wanted people to know more about it and what it is and what it does to you. And most importantly, though, I wanted to also convey that being diagnosed as blind or legally blind doesn't end your life. And you can still do the same things that you did when you were fully sighted, just in a different way. And I had a lot of learning to do. For example, and I did use this in the book, Josie's my main character, and she's a journalist, and, writing was a big deal for her, but, she's also a theater buff. And, I used that whole experience where, I got the glasses from my doctor, the special binoculars that, magnify the stage without blurring it. And, I remember that day myself. I was with one of my best girlfriends and sitting in the front row, and, we were both holding our breath to see if those glasses were going to work. And I sort of used that experience in a different context in the book. A lot of the people in the book are based on people that I encountered, throughout my journey with vision loss, including my mobility therapist, who, as I just said, was instrumental in getting me back on track. Some of my friends, Josie's godfather, was literally based on a very dear friend of mine who helped me through. And, it's how their relationship evolves after she loses her sight. It's how the people in her life react to it. It's about the support that she receives, and it's about her own, conquering it and really coming to terms with it and saying, you know what, I can do anything in my life. I can still have a great career. I can still enjoy my friends, and I can still enjoy the sexual side of my life too, that, I once shared with Oliver, who's the hero in the book. And really, as you go along and you read it, Oliver has his own baggage that he brings back to the relationship. They had dated when they were very young, and he left her very quickly to pursue a career as a war reporter. And, you know, that that hurt her. He was the one that got away, and his coming back into her life, they're both very different people and they both have to adjust to her vision loss. But as you find out, Josie's a much stronger person than Oliver, even though Josie is the submissive one in the bedroom. So it's sort of a very interesting twist on what that relationship is and what it can be, and to really demonstrate that you don't have to lose your life after vision loss. And I'm very proud with the way that it came out. I did a lot of research beyond my own vision loss. I talked to other people I know who were blind, some people who were completely blind. I'm very lucky. I have enough vision where I can get around. But I spoke to other people as well to do research for the book, and I really sunk my teeth into it, and it paid off because we were, my editor and she's a big part of my team, and we were awarded with my second National Indie Excellence Award this summer, and that's something that I'm very proud of. So that's basically the gist of the book, and it was inspired by my vision loss. It's dedicated to my mobility therapist, and it explores little facets of life that I had to go through Josie's eyes.
Do you want to give them a little, just because I want them to read the book, just a little gist of what it you explored? I mean, and also if you decide to do that, BDSM. What is? I've heard about it, and I heard little odds and ends about it. But you say you've done a lot of research. Basically, you're not going into too much detail. What exactly is BDSM?
It's a power play relationship, really. But what a lot of people don't understand, and which I really try to convey in all of my books, is it's a matter of trust. When you are submissive, you are putting your life in someone else's hands.
Right.
I'll be graphic here. It involves spanking and whipping and power play and punishment and that kind of thing. 50 Shades of Grey kind of stuff. But what that book doesn't convey is the trust that you have to put in your partner to do those things with you and explore those things with you. And, there's many levels and elements to those relationships. But, in Blindsided specifically, she had to have trust in Oliver to explore that side of herself. She's very independent and domineering even in her life that she portrays to the outside world, but in the bedroom she enjoys being the submissive partner in the relationship. And that was one thing that was really intriguing and important to me when I was writing Josie and Oliver is, she's got trust in him already to do those things, but now that she can't see and can't figure out what he's going to do next, she's got to rely on her other senses. She's got to really decide if she trusts him as implicitly as she thinks she does. And it adds so many layers to that relationship that existed. And
that was that. You must have been reading my mind, because that was one of the questions I was going to ask you in reference to, like, blind people who have lost their sight. They have to develop or have a great deal of trust, especially with something like that. And you definitely answered. So go ahead, continue. This is interesting.
But it's a matter of that whole trust, and can they go on like this? And he's treating her differently now that she has vision loss, and it's a bone of contention with her. She's not happy with it. But can they resolve it? Do they resolve it? What ultimately happens with them? And and that was the part of their journey that really, sort of really fascinated me and brought me into, carrying their story on. And, that was so important to just, show that it's okay. You can still do it. You might have, you might have some initial trust issues, but, it's that whole proving to each other that you can.
Okay, and I think that's very important. Also, you may have touched on it earlier when I was checking out some things, that to let people know that though we are blind or maybe visually impaired, that we do still engage in sex and explore things as well. Because there've been a lot of people that have come to me and asked if blind people still have sex and things like that. So I think that within that book, I'm quite sure you definitely are relaying that kind of message in a sense, right? Am I right to say that?
Absolutely, absolutely. And it shows how they do things differently. A little bit. You know, I'll just tease it a little bit. At one point, she's recovering from brain surgery. She has a shunt sticking out of her head, and she's raring to go. She's been in the hospital. She wants her man, and he goes and he gets his bike helmet and has her put it on, and she's mad about it. She's mad, like, but she doesn't, because she accepts the bike helmet because she knows that she has to regain his trust as well. Like, they have to be honest with each other, and they have to play at the same level to be able to carry their relationship on. And, it's really a give and take. But at the same time, another point I wanted to make is, when you lose sight, you have to be able to trust someone, whether it's a husband or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or even just your friends. You really have to have that extra layer of trust, because there are things you can't see, there are things you can't do, and you need to know that that person has your back. And that's a lot of what the book is about too, because there are a lot of sub characters within the book. There's her godfather, there's her mother, there's Oliver's family, there's her best friend, and it's sort of how everybody comes together and supports her, and really, it gives her the encouragement that she needs. I'm really saddened to see a lot of the posts and comments in a lot of the blind groups and visually impaired groups on Facebook. Some people don't have anyone to talk to, or they're lonely. And my heart really goes out to those people, because I had such a strong support network in my friends, and, they were as eager to learn about my vision loss as I was, and, how I was going to do things differently and how they could help. And it really breaks my heart when I see people saying, I don't have anyone, or it's late at night and I'm depressed. Is anyone out here to talk to? And, I want people to know that there are people out there that they can reach out to too. I think that's important as well. And it's Blindsided definitely has its kinky scenes. I'm not going to lie. They play kinky.
No, we all grown. Yeah, it definitely. I mean, I can't wait to check out the book. Let me stop for a second. If anyone has any questions for Miss Juliet Braddock, the author of Blindsided, feel free to let her put it in the comments, and I'll do my best to read them. And if y'all stay tuned, if y'all stay tuned, she has.
I'm holding the cover up.
Okay, and if y'all stay tuned, she has a surprise for y'all. So
I do.
Okay, so that what other books have you written, and are they on the same frame as that?
They're all BDSM books so far. I'm actually working on one right now that's just it's just a nice little sweet romance. It's rooted in the pandemic, but all of my books so far have been BDSM, and it's all about that level of trust that you need to have in a person. You know, my previous book, which also won the National Indie Excellence Award last year, it's called Smitten, and it's a romantic comedy, and it actually deals with a woman who's a lifelong submissive. She's been with her partner for 5 years, and she's getting older. She's an actress. She knows her career's not going to last forever, and you know, it's a really fun comedic book, but it also takes a look at, you know, what it's like to get older and to face the reality of your age. And you know, she's starting to think, hey, maybe I want a family here, maybe I want more, but she doesn't want to give up that BDSM relationship either. And she meets a much younger man who knows nothing about the lifestyle, and but he's willing to learn, and he's a bit shy. He's very naive, but the book actually looks at how the submissive trains her new partner to be her dominant partner. So there's a little twist on the whole BDSM relationship there. Usually it's the dominant partner teaching the submissive, and this is a submissive teaching someone that she cares about how to be dominant. And that's sort of where the fun and the comedy comes in, where, you know, she's trying to teach him how to spank her and all that stuff, and you know, he's reluctant. And does he come through in the end, or does she go back to her original partner? You know, what's most important to her in the end? So you know, a lot of my books are like that. Blemished is another standalone that I've written, that I'm very proud of. The heroine in that book is homeless when the hero meets her, and you know, it goes through their journey together, and you know, how he rescues her in the beginning, but then in the second half of the book, how she rescues him. So you know, there's always sort of that extra level of emotion and power play in my books, where you know, there's a saying in BDSM, topping from below, which means when the submissive partner sort of takes charge. And that's basically, you know, how I've written my heroes and heroines. But, you know, I always try to keep it topical, and also really, you know, really incorporate things that are important and happening in the news today. You know, homelessness, that's, you know, that's a huge problem. And, you know, this woman was a talented artist, but you know, by no fault of her own, she just ended up on the street. You know, in Smitten, I pulled some headlines that happened in France a few years ago, for the hero's backstory. In Blindsided, it opens with the terror attack in London. I'm not giving away too much there, because you find that out in the first chapter, but you know, the terror attack that happened in Borough Market a few years ago. And you know, I always try to pull things from the headlines, but at the same time, that whole terror attack brings back things that the hero is going through in, you know, his battle with PTSD, because you know, he was a war correspondent, and you know, his story sort of slowly starts to unfold as you go through the book. But you know, I always try to explore things that are topical and that people can relate to, and maybe that people are afraid to talk about. You know,
Yep.
Vision loss. I'm now writing older heroines, because a lot of my readers are in their 40s and 50s like me, and they don't want to read 22-year-olds anymore. They want to read people who are their age, who have been through life a little bit. And you know, so that's another thing that I've been doing, and I'm trying to do herein, because I think that's important too. But you know, I would to say a little bit more than just, the kinky parts. Although they are very kinky if you like kink. But, there's always a very strong story that powers and links, those kinky parts together. So
I'm so glad I brought you on here to talk about the book, Blindsided. Y'all definitely need to check it out. I've heard people say that, and I don't know, I can't really answer it, but as a blind person, they've asked me as if blind people have a high sex drive. Have you ever heard? Had people ask that question to you? And do you think
no.
yeah, they've asked me that. I'm like, well, I mean, I can't speak for all blind people, but I tell you by myself, as I, but yeah, I'm really glad that you brought that out to show that even though we are blind, and like my man First Amendment Ed just said, that blind people are freaky, so they just like everyone else. So we like to explore, and it may be a little more exciting to us considering the fact that we can't see and whatnot, and what you mentioned in your book about the fact that people are submissive and they do the tying up and all this other stuff and they don't know what's coming at them. That's intriguing, so I definitely, I haven't experienced that, but hey, there's still time. So with that being said,
a lot of people haven't experienced that, but 50 Shades of Grey brought out a whole new genre and people are curious about it. Mm-hmm. And, why can't blind people do it too? That's sort of how I looked at it with Blindsided. It's okay to explore what your fantasies are and just to do what everybody else does. Yep. Whether it's travel or go to a museum or go to the theater, it's all things that we can still do and still appreciate and still be able to love life. So, that's sort of the whole, the real crux of the book is, you can still love life and you can still be yourself. So
yep. That's very important. Definitely be yourself. So with that being said, tell everybody where they can find the book and what forms of if it's in audio, and just give them the little background on how they can.
Again, I'm going to hold this. I'm holding a copy of the book up just so you can see what it looks like. And my apologies for those who are completely blind and can't see it.
But you can describe it if you wish.
Yeah, it's a picture of a lovely redheaded woman, and her eyes are actually slightly askew on the book, and it says Juliet Braddock, Blindsided. Unfortunately, I do self-publish, and I really wish I had the funding to put it out in a large print book, but I don't. But one good thing is you can listen to it on a screen reader. I do have some readers who are blind who listen to books on screen reader. Okay. And also, you can play with the fonts on Kindle, which is really great. You can still get that whole reading experience on Kindle. And it's a pretty thick book. It's 400 and some pages. But it really, it takes you through her whole journey of who she was before and who she becomes after she loses her sight. And it's available at Amazon and Smashwords. It's available in both paperback and ebook. Okay. And want me to talk about my surprise now?
Yeah, go ahead, do that.
I am going to be giving away 2 ebook copies of Blindsided. So I guess if you want to can they comment below? How do you want to do it, Anthony?
Okay, I'm gonna put your email in the comments, and then they'll email to you. Let's see, because we haven't worked it out. What will be the first 2 that send you the first one, or the first 2 individuals who email you get it, or how do you want to do it? Because I'm putting you.
We could do that. Or we could randomly pick too. If people just want to comment below and say they're entering to win, however you want to do it.
Okay, I have. If y'all wish to comment, we'll just do this. Okay, I'm gonna put your email in the comment, and then
I'll give it to you.
You can choose. she's gonna choose from the ones who sent her who email and put the name and everything. She'll choose randomly. So I'm gonna get her email and put it in the comment, and then y'all go ahead and do your thing, and she'll decide. Okay. What's your email?
It's Juliet, Juliet, Braddock, Braddock, at AOL.com. And just so you guys know, you can also find me on Facebook. I have 2 pages for Juliet Braddock. One is my like page, and the other is my friend page. And feel free to, friend me and like the page. And I also have a website, julietbraddock.com. So,
okay. I put the email in the description. You say you have a website too?
Yeah, julietbraddock.com.
Let me put that to website. Let me be BRAD. Give it to me. OC.
BRADDOCK.
.com. Okay. All right, that's a website, y'all. So y'all, there is the email, and y'all going to get that book if y'all into BDSM, and if y'all want to know about it's an award-winning book for 2020. So y'all need to get to know her. I'm telling you, because after that, she's probably gonna be on Oprah. She's probably gonna be on Gail King, somewhere like that. So at least y'all can say, well, I knew her. She was on Third Eye Vision show. So definitely, man, y'all need to check that out. You have any last minute words you want to say? Because I appreciate you being on.
Just if you're experiencing vision loss, don't give up hope. And don't underestimate the importance of vision rehab. That's one thing that really got me through, and it helped me tremendously. I learned to use the white cane, and really just having my mobility therapist there to cheer me on. I remember the first time I went to the movies by myself after I lost vision, and she was so happy and so proud of me, and I was like, but I just went to the movies. And she's like, but you took an escalator to get there, and you had to take public transit to get there, and you did it all by yourself. And you need that kind of voice, even if it's just the simplest thing like going to the movies. But it's important to do that and to really surround yourself with positive people. And again, I'm really blessed. I have the most amazing friends in the world who really stuck by me and encouraged me. And, like I said, they wanted to learn as much as I did. And I don't even know what to say, because they have been so instrumental in getting me back to living my life. So, that's the 3 things, just surround yourself with positivity, vision rehab, and just go for it. Don't be afraid. Just go for it. You can do it.
Okay. Well, you are very inspiring. We're getting more people up. I'm trying to prolong it just to see if you have any questions. What's up to Really TT? What's up to First Amendment Ed? What's up to everyone else who has joined? Yeah, if y'all got any questions for the author of the renowned book entitled Blindsided, if you're into BDSM, don't be afraid, you know what I'm saying? Because I you know what I'm saying? She's giving away some 2 free copies. I put the email in the description if you want to get a hold of it. So definitely take advantage of it. Read. Sighted people, y'all can read it to Really TT. I know you want like reading. First Amendment Ed, all y'all, I know y'all like reading. So y'all go email her, and she's gonna select from
and
that.
You know what? I'm gonna leave it open until Friday and in the evening, like around 7 o'clock, to give people a chance to, listen to the podcast. I know probably a lot of people come back later and listen to it. So I'll keep it open, the whole week, just so everybody can have a chance.
Good point. So what's coming up next for Miss Juliet Braddock?
I'm working on a novella now that's set during the pandemic, and the issue I'm dealing with in this one is it's actually inspired by a very dear friend of mine who suffers from lupus, and that's the crux of their relationship. But the hero has advices too, about his own life. And again, I don't want to give too much away because I don't want to reveal the whole book, but I was actually also inspired by something I saw on CNN that literally brought me to tears at the beginning of the pandemic. And then talking to my dear friend who has lupus, and she's so inspiring. She's another one that really, doesn't take her disease, and say, I can't do it. She's amazing. And so those are the two things that sort of inspired this one. And I think I'm going to call it Stranded. Still working on it, but I'm hoping to get that out probably maybe around Valentine's Day, but maybe a little later. I don't know. So, I don't want to rush it either. So.
Okay, well, good luck on all those endeavors, and
Thank
definitely,
you.
this is a home for you. So if you have anything that you just call me up. Look, and I want to talk about this. You're welcome to do so. I mean, this is your home, so I definitely appreciate coming on and sharing and whatnot. And if they have any more comments that come on after you leave, I'll relay them to you. So with that being said, have you anything else you want to say?
No, but Anthony, again, I just really want to thank you because you inspire me too.
Stop it! Stop!
No,
Stop!
no.
No!
Give me some props here.
No. I mean, I appreciate
I
that.
think this is a great thing you're doing, and
Thank you.
I think it's important to, bring all issues to the surface for those of us who are blind or low vision. And I just want to thank you for doing such a great job with this podcast. And it was really an honor for me to be here tonight. So.
Okay, all right. How much more you want? You want another million? I just paid you. You're trying to break me.
Talk to Gail King and tell her to interview me. That's what I.
Okay, well, let me see. Can you get Gail King on the phone right quick? You are a breath of fresh air for me because I needed this. Plus, I love your personality, man. And with that being said, I want to thank everyone for tuning into Promotional Time Sunday. Next Sunday, I don't know what we have. It's going to be a surprise, but every Sunday, if y'all have anything y'all want me to promote, any of your channels, anything like that, man, 6:00 Central Time, be there. Just give it to me in ahead of time so I can get it together, and you will be a star just like my guest, Miss Juliet Braddock. Thanks again, Miss Juliet, and if there's anything else I can do for you, let me know.
Thank you, and thanks to everyone tonight for tuning in.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Welcome to Third Eye Visions, where we motivate the blind, stimulate your mind, and welcome all kind.
Hey, I'm Mike. That's my cousin Nancy. Welcome to the Third Eye Vision. We're going to get it popping for you. Keep it moving.
Welcome to Third Eye Visions, where we motivate the blind, stimulate your mind, and welcome all kind.
Hey, I'm Mike. That's my cousin Nancy. Welcome to the Third Eye Vision. We're going to get it popping for you. Keep it moving.
Hello, everyone. This is Marcus, Anthony's coworker, the host of Third Eye Visions. I feel that Third Eye Visions is a great platform to expose the world to persons with disabilities, more especially the blind. I feel that Third Eye Visions is doing a wonderful job of providing resources and showing extraordinary talents and gifts and modes of independency that are previewed and shown for the world to see for blind people and for other persons with disabilities. Anthony, I think you're doing a great job with your platform. I pray that you continue on keeping God first and keeping Him involved in all of your endeavors. And I pray that you continue on doing a wonderful and great job of showing the world how blind people can be totally independent. Thank you for your service, sir. Great job.
Hey, I'm Mike. That's my cousin Nancy. Welcome to the Third Eye Vision. We're going to get it popping for you. Keep it moving.
This on Instagram.